everybody, Slightly Unblended. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Today I'm doing some looks with the new Terra Moons collection. So if you'd like to see how I got this look and a few others, then just keep on watching. Hi everybody. Terra Moons sent over their new collection that is coming out the 14th of October, which by the time this goes up, it might be, it's going up, oh, this is Sunday the 9th, so it might possibly be when it's up and available to purchase. So they sent over the Cosmic Wonder palette, and it's so beautiful. I'm going to try my best to do swatches and everything. And they also sent over their new single shimmers, multi-chromes, and look at how dreamy. And their matte singles, which I'm really excited. I just ordered a few of their mattes not that long ago and used them for a look that I'm going to post to my Instagram soon. So we also have these. So I wanted to do kind of a 3 looks 1 palette type of video with this collection. Maybe do a couple of looks with the palette and then a look with, or 1 look with the palette, 1 look with the palette and the singles, and then one that's just like a little of everything. And I'm really excited. So let's just get started. These singles just like scream fall to me, and I did a look that it'll probably be up on my Instagram before this goes up on to YouTube, but I did a look with the Cosmic Wonder palette yesterday, and I just looked at the pictures. I was like crossing my fingers that they were good because I was so sleepy. I had some errands to run, so I didn't get to get my pictures and whatnot before we left. But anyway, talking too much. So I think I want to do more of a little bit of a fall blend with these mattes, and then figure out something like a color story with these shimmers, because how gorgeous. Okay, let's figure it out. So I think I'm just going to start out with this palette and try to probably do, I'll probably do a halo eye because I'm itching to do one, and that sounds like a lot of fun. I think I'm going to go, I want to start out with a couple of the mattes. I know I'm like going back and forth, but I want to use the purple mattes and then use the purple from this palette and do like a split, like purple and blue kind of blend. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this shade right here. It is called Moon Revier. It's beautiful. It's like such a gorgeous, like the perfect fall eggplant like type purple. Like, it's hard to explain. So I'm really excited to try it out. So what I'm going to do is get it, and I'm going to go ahead and start to map out my shape. Oh, that's dreamy. Let me, before I do this, do a little swatch. Because I might use the purple from the palette first and then use that purple. So I usually do one eye off camera because I'm like playing around, like trying to check things out. I think it'll work that I put this shade and then blend it out with Electra from the palette. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I'll use the other purple to soften the blend. And I'm going to take it about halfway. So about right here. And pop it on. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. I've never tried their mattes before. I used them for one of the Halloween looks that I did. And I instantly fell in love. I was like, I need to order like every shade of eyeshadow that they've ever made, because the dreamiest. But I'm very, very thankful that they sent this to me to try out, and I love them so much. They are always just so kind and supportive, and they have like some of the dreamiest products I've ever used. Definitely one of my favorite brands in the whole world. Okay, so I have that on, and I'm going to switch over to the Cosmic Wonder palette, and I'm going to go into Triangulum, the darkest blue. Cleaned off my brush, so I'm going to take that shade and put it on the inner bit of the crease. about like that. And I'm gonna touch up Triangulum a little bit just to blend these two together. I'm just gonna pat these two together to blend them. It's just, they're so easy to blend and they go so beautifully together. So I'm taking the Makeup Shack T2 brush and I'm just gonna gently blend out this purple. Just diffuse it just a bit. Clean the brush off and do the same thing over here. Just do little baby back and forth windshield wiper motions. And I'm sorry that my energy was really low in the last video from last week. I was excited to film, but it was also kind of hard because my cat was everywhere with me. He'd come in here with me and keep me company and stuff, and I don't really want to talk about it because I want to try to make my energy be better for this video. I just wanted to take a second to apologize for the low energy in the last video. I'm going to take the Blend Bunny Cosmetics B2 brush and I'm going to go into this, I'm going to go into the shade Electra, which is the purple from the Cosmic Wonders palette. And right where we left off with the blend of that first purple, we're just going to pat it on very gently. Just to blend them together. And I'm going to go in to Moon Reverie. I'm going to double check on that. But I'm just going to go back into it and touch it up a little. These blend so beautifully. I am forever in love with Terra Moon's Cosmetics formula. So I'm going to go back into Electra and just gently blend that out just a little bit more. So now I'm going to take the shade Elera to blend out Triangulum. And I'm going to use the B2 brush for that. I'm just going to gently pat that on to start out and then do back and forth windshield wiper motions. Okay, so with the B2 brush, I'm going to go into the shade Vega to blend out Elera, and it's just so pretty. I'm just such a sucker for blues and purples and teals and pinks when it comes. They're some of my favorites to blend together. So this whole palette, I just can't stop looking at it. So I'm just going to gently blend this out. I'm going to go in and touch things up as well. Look at how beautiful. I seriously cannot recommend Terra Moon's Cosmetics products enough. They are just absolutely phenomenal. I had I want to say when they had their Memorial Day sale, I got another pan of Europa because, oh my gosh, Europa is like one of my most used shades. But out of the Summer Equinox collection, I have like Flare Store that I've used a lot, Cosmic Collision. I have an idea. Editing me, remember this, remember to give a video on this. I'm sorry, I just got so excited. But when you put Martian dust with Cosmic Collision, it's like a rainbow on the lid. So I have to do a look with that for you because I was honestly just in awe. I was like, when I was looking, I was like, it's a rainbow on the lids. It feels good to finally feel like I'm kind of getting back in the swing of things. I feel like my energy's coming back a little bit. So thank y'all for bearing with me. I'm also going in and touching up Ilera real quick. Isn't that just beautiful? Okay, so I'm gonna go into the singles, and the purple that's in here, Star Sailors. Oh, yes. Okay, I'm gonna clean this brush off and then go into that and blend out the purple. It's beautiful. I am going to take a white shade to just ever so slightly diffuse them and make them, I just like to do that with my blending. So I'm going to take a white eyeshadow real quick, soften the blend, and then we'll do some sparklies on the lid. Alright, so now that I have my shape carved out, I'm just going to take the same shades that I started with. Actually, I think with the Cosmic Wonder palette, I'm just going to use the Electra purple out of there to kind of have it a little lighter than the purple that's on, and then use the same triangulum shade to start the shape. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna take the Makeup Shack T66 brush and take Electra and just kind of get it blended down. I'm gonna get a little bit more of that first purple and work on patting it just a bit. Get them nice and blended together. So dreamy. Triangulum. Let's go into that one real quick. I've cleaned that brush off and pop that down. And I'm going to take a tiny bit of Vega and blend it. Want to make it look like it's giving my eye a nice little hug. I'm going to touch up Triangulum just real quick. Okay, so I want to try to use multiple of the shimmers. I'm like, this is my favorite part. Now it's the hard part because it's like I want to use the shades out of the Cosmic Wonder palette. I have like, I'm itching to use Planet X and Pleiades. And I used a little bit of Aurora yesterday on my lower lash line and it's beautiful. And then I have like the other shimmers here and I'm just like, I just want to put them all on my face. I should do that. That would be fun. Just sit here and just like swatch them all on my face and be all shiny and sparkly. I think that would make me a little bit happy just to do it. But I also have these beauties right here, and I did use Celestial Cloudscape yesterday, and my words escaped me because I was like, this is like the most beautiful. It kind of reminds me of Neptune's diamonds, but only in the way that the reflex have like they like sparkle like intensely, and that was something that drew me to Neptune's diamonds from the summer equinox collection, and I think that's what like instantly drew me to this shade right here, because I was just like, I need it all over. Let's see. Oh, Exoplanet looks like I need it on my lid as well. So we'll see. We're going to start out with the Cosmic Wonder palette. This should probably be the look where I will make it be like a mix of the two. And then I'll try to do just a standalone for each one. And I might throw in a little something extra as a look. It might be 4 looks. I think I might be biting off more, but we shall see. If I can make myself do 2 looks in a day, I'll add in an extra one. So I'm going to take this Cleona Dragon Fruit 04 brush and go into Planet X and I'm going to kind of mix it with Electra. Like not mix it, but like blend it with it, like over top. Just a little bit. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh my goodness. I could cry at how pretty that looks. Okay, I'm going to take Aurora and do the same thing on this inner bit here. I think I'm going to use Lyra for the center because it just looks so beautiful. It's like pink and yellow and green. Let me do a little swatch on my hand. This isn't going to be like a real good swatch because I want to like just test it out. So I'm going to do, let's see. Oh, that is, I have no words. I feel like that would be just perfect for the center bit. Because I was like, I'm kind of stuck between that and Sublunar. And I used Sublunar yesterday. And it's just, is it picking up? There we go. Oh my gosh, I need to just, oh my gosh, can I do both? Can I do both? Let's see if I can do both. I might just use Lyra and then use Sublunar for the inner bit, or I might use it for my brow bone. We'll see. Let's see. Oh, okay. Yes. Most definitely. Okay. So let's do a little bit of, let's use the pink out of the Cosmic Wonder palette. Or kind of pinkish purple. Altair. I need to go ask my husband how to say that because he knows how to pronounce things a little bit better than me, but it's so beautiful and I want to say it the proper way. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna leave just the center bit right there empty. Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. Oh, okay, let's do a little bit of Sublunar. Okay, but I feel like that is a whole vibe. Ooh, it's so cute. Okay, I'm gonna touch up Aurora real quick. And Planet X. Altair. It's so shifty. Okay, I'm going to touch the mats up just real quick. So with that Makeup Shack T66 brush, I'm going to take Triangulum and just gently pat it to blend. Ooh, okay. And I'm going to take a little bit of that matte purple, the shade Moon Riviere. Ooh, okay. I feel like that's given galaxy vibes. Okay, I'm gonna go do the rest of my face and I'll be right back. Alright, so this is the possible first look. I might decide I want to kind of separate them out, like figure out once I get everything finished how I want to have them, like the order that I want them in. I can't word today, I apologize. So for the lower lash line, I pretty much did the same thing with the mattes. I just used the purple from the palette. I just used the purple from the Cosmic Wonder palette on the lower lash line, and then that second blue shade that we used, and then I put the same shimmers, and then the shimmer that's in the center, I did it like downwards, kind of like glitter tears, because when I do halo eyes, I just feel like that pulls it together. I don't know, there's just something about having the halo eye than having like it go extended downward that it just is a vibe to me. And then for the gloss, I used the gloss from Terra Moons. It's beautiful. It's called Fractal Abyss. And my camera, I don't even think it's translating, but it's got like dark iridescent blue and purple. And then I have another gloss that I used yesterday, and I am in love. It's the most beautiful. It can be on top of any color and look so good. So it's called Eclipsing, and it's just iridescent, sparkly goodness. They smell amazing. They're so comfortable. They're not like sticky. Like, you know how there are some glosses that it's just like, you can, it feels sticky, it feels goopy. This just feels comfortable, and it's really, really nice. I like the formula. I'd never tried their glosses before, and I really like glosses, so I was really excited to get some glosses. And yeah, I'm just kind of rambling because I don't know what else to say at this point, because I never know when I'm doing multiple looks in a video, like where I need to end it and all that. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and go, and I'll see you in just a second with another look. So to start out for look number 2, I'm taking Moon Riviere and the Makeup Shack T66 brush, and I'm taking it and putting it into the crease and on the outer corner of my eye, doing little baby blends back and forth with windshield wiper motions with the lightest amount of pressure. With the Blend Bunny Cosmetics B2 brush, I'm adding Cephas, which is the matte maroon, very perfect for fall red matte single from this collection. It's absolutely beautiful, and I felt like this would just be the perfect fall look. So I'm doing back and forth windshield wiping motions with the lightest amount of pressure, just kind of patting it down and getting my shape built up. I think that these two shades alone and the pink from the Cosmic Wanderer palette would be just the dreamiest color combo. And here I'm just touching up Moon Riviere and making sure that I have it nice and built up and have the depth in the crease. It's such a beautiful shade. These formulas from the matte singles, well, and the mattes in the palette as well, they just blend so beautifully. Now I'm just blending that out with Betel Guys. I decided that I needed the Blend Bunny B2 brush for this just to make sure that it was nice and even blend. I like to use a little bigger brush for my shade that I'm diffusing with, like the lightest one. So yeah, just switched over to this, and I'm just kind of packing it down and doing little baby blends, back and forth windshield wiper motions with the lightest amount of pressure, just going in and touching everything up as well. Now I'm just diffusing that shade with Capella, which is a beautiful light yellow shade. It is amazing. It blew my mind. I was like, wow. Like, its color is just, it's like almost a light mustard. It's so different from the previous shade. It's just so beautiful. I've never seen a yellow like it. I wanted this to be a more dramatic half cut crease, like wider, like more blown out, and it was a lot of fun. So I'm going back in with the Sigma brush and just touching up Capella and making sure that I have a nice and even blend. Do you see how fall this turned out? I was so excited. Just this blend alone, like you can put on whatever shimmers you wanted and you have a beautiful like fall sunset blend. It's just so pretty. I'm just going in and touching up the red shade and making sure that it's nice and blended beautifully. I like to go back in and touch up every shade as I go, and I like to just try to pat it down and do little back and forth windshield wiper motions. That's the best way to get the color payoff that you want. These shades are very pigmented, but if you want it to be like more bold, then just go back in and touch everything up, and it makes all the beautiful shades just pop. Now it's time to remove the stencil, clean off the lid, and carve out the crease, which my camera cut off as I was carving out the crease or getting ready to. So I'm just cleaning it off with a little micellar water on a Q-tip. Then I take my Gerard Cosmetics clean canvas and Fair to carve it out and get ready to apply some dreamy shimmers because we gotta have the spark. Now I'm taking the shade Phantom Galaxy and applying it onto the base and kind of blending it with that purple shade, and look at how beautiful. The shift of the shade is just absolutely out of this world. It's gorgeous. I don't know how to explain it, but it's a beautiful purple. It's got like light reflex, and oh, I just want to see, look at the sparkle. Yes, I want to try it on a dark base soon. Feel like it'd be pretty. So now I'm taking a little bit of hyperspace to get that as like a nice contrast of beautiful shifty goodness because it's so pretty. And I'm applying it with my finger. I just felt like that would be good. It's got a little different texture than the other shade, the Phantom Galaxy. So now I'm taking Critical Mass and applying it with my finger just to have a nice little pop of green in the look, because I was like, I want to use this shade. It's looking at me. Look at that. Oh, it's just beautiful. So now I'm just going in and touching everything up with the brush just to make sure that it's more blended evenly and more cohesive, more just, I don't know, just blended beautifully. Now I'm taking Cosmic Noon and applying it to that last little inner fourth of my crease or my lid and blending it with the Critical Mass shade. And look at how pretty and sparkly. I love sparkle so much. So I'm just going in and touching up the mattes, getting everything nice and blended. And yeah, so we got a nice, gorgeous fall blend. Alright, so this is the finished look. I like to do when I have multiple looks per video, as long as it's not just two. So as long as I have multiple looks in one video, I like to have a voiceover bit and smack it right in the center. So this will more than likely be look number 2. I'm trying to brainstorm a few more looks because I think I want to do 4 looks. So I just felt like the fall blend was a lot of it needed to be. I just feel like these colors are perfect for fall, and I am really, really in love. So then I just took that iridescent shimmer Sublunar and popped it onto my highlight and then added a little glitter on top of that because I was like, I just need to sparkle. Sparkles make my day. So let's have a little sparkly moment. And this was also the second video that I filmed today. And I was just like, alright. Anyway, I was rambling too much with that. But yeah, this is a finished look. And I will see you in just a second. Without makeup on, more than likely. Alright, so I feel like this is like gonna have to grow on me. I like the shape. I think it's just because it's a different color story for what I'm used to. So I am starting out with the mattes. I'm gonna try to use all of them because for the voiceover one I more so did like a fall blend. So I wanted to do some with Precious, the gray, and Estella, the green, and then I wanted to go back into the palette, so I used the palette. I used Electra and Soeli, this one and this one, and oh my gosh, Gravity. We're gonna get into it before I spoil the surprise. Okay, so I'm gonna start out with the gray shade, and I'm gonna take my Makeup Shack T66 brush. Gotta clean it off real quick because I just jumped into this because I've sat in here for like an hour and a half trying to like play around with colors and make sure that I didn't want to wipe it off before I started. So I'm taking that gray shade and I'm gonna pop it into the crease. I'm gonna pat it down. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to wing it out. So once that shade's down, I'm just going to clean that brush off and I'm going to go into Electra from the Cosmic Wanderer palette. I believe I misspoke and called it Cosmic Wonder. It's Wanderer. I just got excited about it. So I'm going to take the Electra shade, which is the purple, and I'm just going to go ahead and start to like blend out the gray with it, and I will go back in and touch it up. But I'm really just focusing right now on patting the shade down instead of doing the back and forth windshield wiper motions. I'm going to take it to about right here, about halfway. I just marked that little spot there because I am going to take just a tiny little bit of Chromosphere to make sure that I can have a really flawless blend from the purple to the green. So now I'm just going to take a little bit more of Electra and do little baby back and forth windshield wiper motions. Just little baby blenderoos. And I'm going to take a little bit of Chromosphere. And I'm just gonna pat it down right here. Right where we left off with Electra. And then just do little baby blenderoos. Back and forth windshield wiper motions with the lightest amount of pressure. And I'm gonna take a little bit more of Electra. And just pat it to blend. So once I've done that, I'm going to take the matte green shade with the same brush. I just cleaned it off. And what I'm going to do is just start to pack it down gently, gently. Look at how beautiful. I have so many ideas for this shade. Just pack it down. We're going to go back into the gray here a little bit to blend it or bring it back. And I'm going to go back into the gray shade. It is Perseus. There's still a fly. Like, there hasn't been a fly for like a minute. But now the fly is back. And I'm just like, stop it. And I have glitter stuck to my finger. A little star. There it went. Anyway, I'm going to take Perseus and just bring it back. Just gently, gently packing it to blend. Little baby pats. I'm going to take this dough color number 11 brush and go into Soil, into the pink shade to blend out Electra. And really what I'm just going to do is gently blend it. Okay, I'm gonna go back into that green shade real quick, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this dough color number 12 brush and just gently pat it and do little baby blenderoos, just to bring it back and to have a nice and seamless blend. And I'm gonna take just a tiny bit more of Perseus and just start to blend it. Lots and lots of repetitive steps, but that's how you get a nice and gorgeous blend. You just gotta take your time with it, go back in, touch it up, make sure that you have the color payoff that you want, and to make sure that you have that nice gradient blenderoo. I'm going to clean that brush off and go back into the green and just do a little baby light pressure. Just pop it on and bring it back. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some micellar water on a Q-tip, carve out the crease just in a section. And I'm going to use 2 shimmers to add like the little liner effect there. And then I'm going to clean that up, carve it out again, and then use more sparkly goodness. Okay, so I'm going to take the Cosmic Wonder palette and I'm going to take the shade Pleiades. And I'm going to put it on the inner bit of what's carved out over top the glitter primer that I used. So I'm going to take the Cleona DF04 brush and take that shade and pop it down. I'm going to take this shade about halfway through the crease. I don't know if I said that before it cut off. I just wanted to have all of the sparklies that I could possibly pack onto my lid. So I'm going to go into the singles, and in the singles I'm going to go into the shade Carina Nebula. Very nice color shift there. And I'm going to just kind of blend it right there in the center, and I'm going to wing it out and up, doing just the same thing that I did with that previous shade. So now I'm just going to clean my lid up and make this line a little bit thinner, and then carve my crease out with the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas in Fair, which is my absolute favorite base ever. I'm going to take the shade Gravity from the Cosmic Wanderer palette. Look at how gorgeous that is. And in the palette, it almost looks like it could be like a grayish black matte with reflex of like blue-green, right? Okay, I'm gonna show you because this is like the most magical. I'm gonna take that Cleona brush that I used for the shimmers in the crease. I'm gonna take Gravity and I'm just gonna start to do a wing and wing it out, and look at that already. Like, do you see how gorgeous that is? I have so many plans for this shade. Like, it's absolutely beautiful. Honestly, I'm in love. Like, I've never I just keep looking at it just sparkling. It's like, yes, it's like having the night sky on your lids. I'm in love. Now I'm gonna take Gravity, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of create like that inner cat eye flick and extend it fairly dramatically. And just get that nice and built up and start to bring it in. I'm gonna take the shade Hyperspace and blend it with Gravity on each side, like this, because it gives a nice, like, the texture of it. Thank you. The texture of it is, it gives it a little something, like a little extra pizzazz. I'm gonna use the shade First Light from the Cosmic Wonder palette to put in the center, and then I'm gonna blend a little bit more of the previous shade with it to just kind of have it more blended together. And what are words today? Alright, I'm gonna go do the rest of my face and I'll be right back. So this is a finished look. What do you think? I feel like it's very colorful, very sparkly. I felt like adding a few little gleams. I have to tell y'all about these because I don't know if I've told you about them before, but they're the Definition Beauty. These are the butterfly ones, but I had to order a few. I'm gonna do some Halloween ones with this, like the cats, the moons, the bats, stuff like that. Really excited. But these are the Definition Beauty stencils, and they have like fairy wings, butterfly wings, moons was the Halloween collection. Then they have stars, like the little gleams. They have, like I said, they had a Halloween collection they just come out with. It's like pumpkins, bats, moons, stuff like that, different variations. And I think they have hearts and lightning bolts and stuff. I just got things that I was like, I want this right now. And like, I was really excited to find them because that saves me a little bit of time. Sometimes I struggle with little gleams. It's like a stencil, yes please. Because I suck at drawing, like I mess up a stick person. So yeah, I just wanted to see if these made anything any easier, and there's a little bit of a learning curve, but I think I figured it out. So yeah, anyway, I really like those. Okay, completely different conversation. So I use the Terra Moon's Cosmetics gloss in the shade The Void over my black lipstick. When I overline, I don't really have a good black lip liner. Well, I mean, the NYX ones are good. I had the blackberry one, but it wasn't as dark as I wanted. So I was like, well, let me just use the black liquid lipstick, and then I put this over top. So the lipstick was dark, but then I put this on top, and it made it more intense, and it's just so comfortable. And it smells amazing. Like, kind of smells like apple cider, but it's really comfortable. But yeah, what do you think of this look? I'm going to do one more. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. I have done a half cut crease, a halo and a cut crease. So I might just do a little shimmery something. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and think of a look to do for a fourth one. And hopefully I can make it super sparkly and hopefully you'll enjoy it. So far, let me know, which is your favorite look of the 3 that I've done already. I don't feel like this will be the last look, but if it is, which look has been your favorite? I feel like the one I'm going to do soon will be the last. But yeah, so I'm really excited. This collection is amazing, and I'm talking way too much, so I'm going to go ahead and go, and I'll see you in just a minute. I don't think I've ever done 4 looks for a video, but I just had to because this collection is the dreamiest, and there was like so many things on my brain, and I was like, let's just put them all on one for right now, and then I can come back to it later. So for this look, I'm using just the Cosmic Wanderer palette, and I'm gonna use these shades Triangulum, Chromosphere, and Vega, and First Light down the center, and I'm probably going to use that for the inner corner as well, unless Altair is one I might use for the inner corner. Oh, I also used Pleiades for, and Gravity. Okay, yeah, no, talking too much. Let me just show you what I mean, because it's so quick, so simple, it's so beautiful. So first off, I'm taking this dough color number 11 brush, and I'm going to take Triangulum. And with Triangulum, what I'm going to do is on the outer corner of my eye, I'm going to begin to pack that down because that is my depth shade. But I'm going to do this a little bit differently because I think I found a way for myself to make this look a little bit more put together than it normally does when I do them. So I'm just going to take this, I'm going to pack it down, and I'm going to take it just slightly to the outer corner of my eye right here. So where it would be like the outer V, I'm going to kind of leave that alone for now. Just kind of gently round that, and then kind of give it a little buff, little baby blends, and then take it and do like that, leaving the center of my lid clean, just blank. And I'm going to make sure that it is nice and blue. And then I'm going to take this dough color number 9 brush, and I'm going to go into Chromosphere, and I'm going to take it towards the inner corner of my eye in the lid, on the lid into the crease. So I'm going to pop it right in the crease and just kind of blend it down, and it can even kind of get on the lid. That's so fun. I'm going to show you what I mean here in just a second. So I'm just going to take it and blend it over, just little baby back and forth windshield wiping motions. And then I'm going to take that same brush with the same shade and begin to gently blend out Triangulum. About like that. And then I'm going to take a little bit more into the crease towards my nose. And with the dough color number 11 brush, I'm going to take more of Triangulum and just start to blend it into Chromosphere. Just kind of patting it. And they blend together so effortlessly and so beautifully. So with this Sigma E25 brush, I'm going to take the shade Vega and just start to blend out Chromosphere. I'm really just kind of patting this down right here on that outer bit, because I'm going to go in and touch up the shades in just a minute. So Chromosphere, I'm going to go in and touch it up. And then I'm going to take a little bit more of Triangulum and focus it more so on this outer bit of the eye right here. I'm going to take the Cleona DF04 brush and go into the shade Gravity. And with Gravity, I'm just going to kind of pat it down onto Triangulum, because it's a really dark, beautiful shade, but it has gorgeous sparkles, and it just goes together like a dream. And then I'm going to take First Light with my finger and right down the center, and just blend it upwards. And look at how gorgeous. And I'm gonna take a little bit more of Play-Days and just kind of gently blend it over to make them more seamless, and the effect that it gives is just gorgeous. Now I'm gonna take a little bit of First Light on that Cleona DF04 brush, really just focus that on the center, because the brush is a lot thinner than my fingers, so it'll give it that nice little extra sparkle. I'm gonna go do the rest of my face and I'll be right back. Alright, so this is the finished look. I apologize if this video is a really long one. I still have to film my swatches, and right now it is Friday evening and I still have about two and a half more looks to edit, and then I have to do the swatches. So I really apologize if this was a long one. I'm going to try to make it be not super long, but make sure it's still informative and that you can like see my reaction to the products and everything. I want to leave it as much of like myself, and I do tend to ramble, and I try to cut a little bit of that out if I'm just rambling about nothing, but I can ramble about makeup all day, you know. I mean, if you watched me before, you know I can get to rambling a good bit. But my lips are the Terra Cosmetics Shadow Berry, and I just used a little bit of a Drawer Cosmetics Mudslide to line my lips, and then I put that on. It's so comfortable and it's so pretty. I really kind of wish that I would have used a different color lip liner, because they're kind of contrasting, but it's also kind of a vibe, so I'm kind of here for it. Let me know which look is your favorite down below. Also, let me know what you'd like to see next down below. Next week, I'll probably upload 3 times next week. One for Boxy, Blend Bunny Cosmetics new collection. I'm gonna do 3 looks on palette with it, but I am going to do a standalone first look with it. That way I can kind of have a chance to be on the back end of editing this, and then I have like a Ipsy video that I have to film and work on, another Boxy one. So I've got to kind of give myself a second to do that. And I did a Halloween look back before everything that had happened, and that was one that in my community post I said I did have some like saved up that were kind of a little out of order to like this timeline. I don't know what words I'm looking for here, but yeah, so I do have that one. It's a pretty interesting one. It'll probably be pretty quick. It was a voiceover. Yeah. Anyway, I want to thank you so much for watching. Better yet, let's put the swatches here. would you like to see next down below? Let me know what look is your favorite. And I want to thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to keep up with my awkward face and shenanigans while I'm not here on YouTube, I'll have all my social medias linked in the description boxes down below. If you'd like to keep up with me while I am here on YouTube, then please hit the subscribe button. It means so much to me. And I want to thank you so much for watching. I want to thank all of you for being here. And just thank you. It really means so much to me. It means the world to me. So thank you so much. Okay, thank you for watching. And I hope that I'll see you in the next one. Bye.